Everybody, welcome back to Wicked Sports. This is Patriots Extra Points, and we're joined as always by Chad Perry. Chad, how you doing?
Fantastic. How are you?
Doing quite well, yeah, and I'm sure you're doing really well after the Patriots really took it to the Jaguars, winning 50-10. What are your thoughts of this game, other than
I
it was
mean,
awesome?
yeah, no, that was a fun game to watch, especially
Mm,
for the rushing attack. And Rashad Stevenson going over, what's his name? Rashad? Either way, it's Stevenson going for 107 to 2, and then
mm,
Harris put another two on the ground, and then Mack having three touchdowns. So that's what we need to see. That's like exactly what the Pats need to do going in the playoffs is their offense. Their offensive capabilities need to match what their defense is doing. Otherwise, the defense doesn't mean shit. So
true. Yeah. So
yeah, I'm
as
happy.
you
I'm happy.
as you said, I think it's Ramondre Stevenson.
That's what it is. Yep.
He had 107 yards and two touchdowns. Damon Harris added to his really prolific, underrated, I think 15 touchdowns on the season now. He added a
Yeah.
couple. Mac Jones looked lights out, 22 of 30 for 227 yards and three touchdowns. So I guess, Mac has had a couple of rough weeks. This is a big bounce back game for him, would you say?
Yeah, like this whole game was a bounce back game for the Pats.
Mm,
After they kind of had last week wasn't too impressive, and then I think the week before wasn't anything special either. So like, this is a pretty good bounce back win, a get right game, and
yes.
now we're clinched for the playoffs. So
Mm,
it's going to come down to who we going against. I think right now it's the Bills still because we're the fifth seed, they're the fourth.
mm.
But I think if they beat the Dolphins, that could change depending on what happens with the Bills. But
Yeah, so the Bills and Patriots are both in the playoffs, but the AFC East is still up for grabs, I believe, right? Depending on
yeah,
how those two teams finish. So you still got a lot to play for in week 18 now.
yeah, geez. Yeah. There's still it's definitely not a game that they can just throw away.
Mm,
Um, they could probably get away with resting some starters to some degree, but it's still a
mm,
game that you want to win.
yeah.
Regardless. I mean, they all are, but no, yeah, I think getting a win against Miami is going to be huge for the Pats. I'm not
Mm.
sure the Bills situation, who they're against. Um,
Pull that
is
up
it the
real quick
if it's the
for us.
Jets, that could mean something.
It is the Jets. Yeah,
It is. Yeah.
425 against the
So
Jets.
if the Pats and the Bills both win, it's still going to be Bills in
Mm.
charge of the AFC East, but Pats are close second. If Jets win, then the Pats will have to win to claim the division. But
Hey, we laugh, but the Jets almost beat the Buccaneers.
I'm
It
saying,
caused Antonio Brown to rage quit his career. It
oh,
seems
that's
so.
so funny.
Yeah, that was
That poor
something
bastard.
else. I know.
That poor bastard. At this point, just like you've been given so many chances, and it's just like after that, it's just like no,
Yeah,
go.
no,
Good luck. Good luck with whatever you do. Hope you figure your stuff
probably
out.
if not the NFL, he will almost certainly be boxing Jake Paul sooner than later.
I
So
hope. So. I
uh,
sincerely hope
write
so.
that down in a
And that's
year from now.
the one time I'll root for Jake Paul in anything.
Oh man. All right, so from one former Patriots receiver to a new one, both wearing the same number. How is that transition? Christian Wilkerson. Who's this guy? He came out of nowhere and caught two touchdowns.
Yeah, I heard it was like his third reception was getting that first touchdown, and then I'm not sure if it was his fourth getting the second or if
Mm-hmm.
he had one in between. But either way, I mean, yeah, came out of nowhere, got two touchdowns. Um, if he's going to be a weapon, great. I mean, we
Yeah,
always love a breakout receiver, especially now. Like that'd be great. Yeah, breakout now. Come on.
right in time for the playoffs. I think if he is, good and can, contribute, and given that Nikhil Harry has struggled and was also a healthy scratch from this game, this could probably be the end for Harry in New England. Would you say?
Yeah, I think so. Or he'll just fall in the depth chart and be,
Mm,
a backup guy. Um, or we can use him as trade bait. I'm not sure if anyone would really be eyeing for N'Keal Harry, but you never
Yeah.
know. I mean, he's had flashes, but it's just so
Mhm.
inconsistent, and he's like, there's never been a N'Keal Harry game, to my knowledge, at least
Right.
that I can think
Not
of.
like yeah, not like this Christian Wilkerson game.
Yeah, Christian
Um,
Wilkerson had a better game than I think Harry's ever had. So
yeah.
I'm probably wrong there. I'm sure he had a good game, years ago,
I
but
don't know. I don't
who
think
knows?
so.
They're not ringing bells, so it's just
Mhm.
like whatever, man. And I'm
Yeah, it's unfortunate for him, and given I was a fan of him coming out of college, so I'm surprised that he fell off so hard in the NFL, but is what it is. Another receiver, Jacoby Myers, caught his, I believe, second career touchdown. A
yeah,
little different. He's a lot more effective than, the
yeah.
touchdown number. He's their like do everything type of receiver. But yeah, that has to feel, as a fan, you got to feel good for him, right?
Yeah, no, I love Jacoby. I was shocked to hear that he had his first and second touchdown this year. I thought
I
he
know.
had a few before. I was like, what? That's his first? But no, he's always like a guy. I'm like, hell yeah, I want him to get the ball way more and be way
Mhm.
more involved. I mean, he's basically the wide receiver one now.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, definitely.
so, and he's doing well as a wide receiver one. Maybe going back to Harry, that was his problem, was he was considered a one on our team, and
Mhm.
he's better fitted as like a two, maybe a three kind of guy.
Mhm.
And he was treated as a one going up against like the team's best corner, so double covered, and he's just not there yet.
Yeah.
So, but Jacoby's doing it, and he was a kind of a no name guy for a while. So
Mhm.
now if this Wilkerson guy can be a good duo with Myers, then cool, we'll take that.
Yeah, and then J.C. Jackson had another interception. He's just so good. He's
Yeah, he's
really like
phenomenal.
replaced Stephon Gilmore like to the point where oh well, don't even miss him.
I know we're not even talking about the fact that Gilmore left this year. It's just
I
like
know.
whatever. Our
Defensive
defense is
MVP
still
two
like number
years
one.
ago, and now whatever, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like I don't even remember him being on the team. I mean, obviously you do, but it's just like Christ. This year, you wouldn't even think that Gilmore was left the team because they were
Mm,
just so good and so dominant, especially in the secondary.
yeah,
Um, it's insane.
it really is. Bill Belichick, pretty good coach, I guess. Knows
Yeah,
how
this
to
is.
put out a defense.
Yeah, if they go far this year, you can thank Bill Belichick for like a good 60-75% of it. The others is
Right,
just that defense being so dominant, and then Mac kind of being what we
playing well.
expected him to
Yeah,
be. And
yeah.
I
I
kind of he's
mean,
kind of outperforming a little bit, but he's had those shit games.
yeah. He is
The
a rookie,
Bills
though. He
one.
is a rookie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's where it all comes in. Because the guy's a rookie and he's going into a offense that isn't exactly explosive, and
mm,
with a lot of new pieces that just got added this year. So I think he's doing better than what I expected him to be doing this year. I mean, granted,
yeah.
it's like the perfect spot for a rookie
It
quarterback,
is. Yeah,
especially with his skill. So he went into a good scenario, but
he really did.
he's doing great things, and it's just like I'm so excited to see like what he does next year, year after that, especially if he can add one or two more weapons, especially a
Mm,
wide receiver. Then yeah, this is a good team.
definitely. So, what are your thoughts of the playoffs? Like you said, you might have to play the Bills. You split the season series with them. How confident would you be going into a matchup with the Bills?
If it's at home, I'll be a little more confident. If
Mm,
it's at the Bills, and I mean, depending on the weather, there's a lot of
mm,
like what ifs with this game, but I think it's honestly a coin toss. If
yeah.
Harris is healthy enough, I think they have a good shot. But I mean, we've seen it. The Pats have beaten the Bills, and the Bills have beaten the Pats. So it's just like you don't know. I think it's a pretty good matchup to the point
Mm,
where I don't think the spread's gonna be anything crazy. I'm sure people are gonna bet on the Bills to win it,
mm,
but you never know. Honestly, the Bills have had a few games where they just collapsed and
right.
don't look like the Bills. So hopefully that's the playoff game against the Pats too. But you never know. And then like let's say we get past the Bills, then who are we gonna face next? Chiefs maybe, Titans. And
Chiefs or Titans? Yeah. Probably the Chiefs, I think, because they'll be another wild card team that will be lower than the Patriots. So,
yeah, I think Chiefs are 11-4.
mm,
Titans are 11-4. I
yeah, and
think.
right now Titans have the number one seed because they beat the shit out of my Dolphins this week. And they beat the Chiefs head to head earlier in the season. So,
Yeah,
Yeah,
No,
Titans are good, but the Patriots have beaten the Titans. I don't know. The AFC is very like anyone could come out of the AFC in my opinion.
anyone can beat anyone,
Yeah.
especially this year. I mean, we've seen.
Mm.
I mean, what the Jets did to the Bucks this week was
Yeah.
insane. I mean, granted, a lot of shit happened, and the
Mm.
Bucks still come out with the win because Tom Brady's awesome.
Mm. But the Jets
But
beat the
no,
Titans, so
yeah. So it's
I
like
know that was a
anything.
long time ago, but it happened.
Literally anything could happen this year. I mean, the only for sure team that I think is probably going to have a good shot is Green Bay right now. But
Yeah, no, Green Bay looks like just a buzzsaw for the NFC right now,
oh my god.
which means they'll probably lose tragically in the NFC Championship
Yep.
game again.
Oh, of
But
course, to the Bucks.
to the bottom, oh God, that'd be
Then we
so
have
brutal.
the Pats Bucks Super Bowl, and we will never hear the end of it for as
No,
long as we live. If
well,
Brady wins that game.
I think, oh yeah, that would be bad for the Patriots.
Oh god.
I think as a fan who's like neutral of it, as neutral as you can be, being a Dolphins fan when regarding Brady and then the Patriots, it would be good to have that game because it can be like who was the better person, Brady or Belichick. We'll like have tangible, proof
Yeah.
in the in the highest game, and that would be exciting. I think at least.
Yeah, that would be like storyline for NFL. Like I'm sure the NFL wants that to happen.
Yeah, they
Um,
definitely do.
Most fans of the NFL probably don't, but I
Right.
mean, you can't tell me that that game won't have like millions and millions of people watching Tom Brady go against the Pats, or vice
Just
versa. You know,
so
the Pats
much,
go against Tom Brady. That'll
so
be
much juice,
probably the biggest, most watched game ever.
probably. Oh man. All right. Anything else we're missing? Anything else you want to add before we get on out of here? I think we covered it pretty like in
Yeah, we did
depth.
it this week. I mean, next week we'll talk MVP. You know who we
Mm-hmm.
think's going to get it. I guess. I'm kind of hoping for Jonathan Taylor. I think he earned it. It probably won't be Jonathan Taylor because he's a running back. But
Yeah,
if he
it's
has
so
one more,
hard
I know. If he has
for
like
any
a 200
non-quarterback.
yard week though, I think he kind of locks it
Maybe.
down.
Yeah.
But I mean, if Rodgers or Brady puts up whatever, then probably them. But who
Yeah,
knows?
I think it'll be Aaron Rodgers. That would be my guess right now, but we'll see. Cooper Cup could also have 2,000 yards receiving by the time the
Yeah,
season's over, which then you got to be like, is he the MVP? Do people give a shit about receivers like that anymore? I don't know.
yeah. I mean, who knows? It's all about narrative too. So I
Mm,
think that's where Rodgers kind of has a scratch against him. It's the
yes.
whole COVID
Yes,
stuff. But
definitely.
who knows? Who knows? You had Brady swearing at coaches on the other sideline. So anyone could win
Smashing
MVP.
tablets, swearing at
Yeah.
coaches, having his boy throw his shirt into the crowd and streak off the field. It's just a lot happening in
Oh
Tampa
my
Bay.
God.
It might not be their year this year.
Nah, they have a lot of players hurt. I think Fournette's coming back, but I don't know,
Godwin's the big
man.
one. Yeah,
Godwin's a loss,
yeah.
but
And Brown's, like, let's not forget, Antonio Brown is a top receiver,
oh yeah,
even
he's
though
the
he's a
one
head
on
case.
he's the one on like 30 out
Most
of
teams, yeah.
teams. Yeah.
Oh man, what a weird world, Chad.
What are we
All right.
doing?
Other than that, where can they find you online?
You can find me on Instagram at ChadleyJP and on Twitter at ChadPerry25 right here.
Awesome. Go follow him there. You can follow me on Twitter at the Fake Martis, BMAR. Channel is on Twitter at Wicked Good Sport and WG Everything. Instagram, Wicked Good Everything. Twitch, twitch.tv/Wicked Good Everything. TikTok, search Wicked Good Sports, search Wicked Good Everything. I think that's everything. How many times can I say that, right? Chad, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, always a pleasure, man.
Always. And we'll see you all in the next one.